Okay, I'm going to just show you my travel kit that I put together for my holiday this year, and I'm really proud of it. I found this cool company called the Flat Lay Company, London, and they make these really cool bags which zip up to be, I think this one's kind of like a square and it's got a little handle, but then when you unzip it, it turns into a tray, which is kind of cool. And this one is, it zips up to be like nice and flat, and then when you unzip it and fold this over, it turns into a pen pot. How cool is that? So I'm just going to go through what I take with me. So I put this together and I feel like it's quite good for a little travel kit. So I'll start with this. I've got a glue stick. I've got a little set of watercolours. Got this, which you could use as a ruler because it's got a straight edge, but it's also got little stencils on it. This is a fold out water pot for water. This is a little tin of oil pastels. And then I've got two little things of acrylic paint, like little sample tubes. I've got my Neocolor water-soluble crayons, a pair of scissors, a scalpel, this is a little pot of gesso, and I was looking for ages to find just the right size pot because I need it to fit into the little bit here, and I needed it to also to be quite secure. And then I came across these small jam jars, and they're just absolutely perfect for a little pot of gesso. And then I've got a piece of sandpaper, a little piece of sponge, and a credit card. And then this is the tray when it's empty. It's a little zip there. So I've got some pieces of collage paper in there. There's also these little elasticated loops which you could use to put pens in or something. But yeah, so that's my main art tray, and then I put it back together by putting these things in like that. Sometimes a bit of a jigsaw to figure out how it all goes back together. Just goes like that. And then it folds over sideways like that, zips up, and then you can flip this in, and there's a little piece of Velcro to secure the bottom. So this isn't an ad, I'm not sponsored by the Flat Lay Company, but I just found these and thought they were really cool. I actually wonder whether you could make your own if you were handy with sewing, but have the sides be maybe a little bit stiffer, and maybe have the Velcro bottom be another way of securing it so it's a bit more secure for when you're holding it by the handle, because I've got this quite full. I think they're actually designed for makeup kits and stuff. And then this is the pen pot, and so what I took with me are some paintbrushes. Just took some small, mostly small ones, and then I just took one slightly bigger one. I don't think I actually ended up using the paintbrushes really, but I do use these a lot. These are water brushes, and they're great for using with watercolours. They're great for using with the water-soluble wax crayons, and just for if you want to put some water onto the page. So I love these, very handy for travel, because you can keep the water in there. So I've got those in 3 different sizes, and then one Posca pen, 3mm black. There's another paintbrush. I've got several fine liners here. These are my favourite, I think, the uni pin. Although I do also really like this type as well, the uniball, but I prefer the micro size. So maybe I'd play around with these fine liners a bit until I get just the right selection. I chose to just take mostly black with me this time. I think I also took this blue one, and I think I took a red one as well, which isn't in my kit at the moment. But yeah, so there's these fine liners, micron pens, very handy for all sorts of things. And then I've got a white jelly roll, and then 2 Pigma brush pens, one size BB and one size MB. And that's it, and then they all go in here. Stand up when you're using them, when you're not, and just fold them away. Just have to be careful not to catch the brushes in the zip when you're closing it up. There we go. So that's my travel kit. And I also took with me one of these Handmüller zigzag books on holiday. This is an empty one. This is the one I took with me, and they're great because they're concertina, and so you can sort of get a bit of a narrative going. I think I started it here, and yeah, went through adding things. I didn't feel like I needed to finish one page before I went on to the next. So this is over 2 different holidays in England and in France. Started off in France and then went to England, but kind of went flipping back and forth. But this is kind of now my little travel sketchbook from the summer of 2022. And it went quite well with my travel kit. It's nice and light and small. So yeah, it was great. I could take my art studio with me on holiday. Great.